Alright, so I'm going to do the moral foundation test. I understand some of these questions are really fucked up. And the best way to do it is with peer pressure, right? Because that's how you know you're actually saying the correct things. It's like, well, I would say this, but I would let the public judge me. So let's start with the first one. A man orders a custom built sex doll designed to look just like his niece. Woo lad. Now the correct answer is not okay. But in reality, you know what? As long as it's legal, I don't give a fuck. I mean, yeah, sure, it's really fucked up. I would probably not shake hands with that person ever again. Definitely would not want him next to my child, but as I mentioned, it's legal. So, yeah, I don't think it's fully okay. I love the fact that it's a slider, but I would be like, yeah, whatever. I do think he should be on a watch list, though. Sarah Sarah gets drunk in a bar and makes out with two strangers at once. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, but the way I view it is like, if I were to make out with two chicks at once, would it be not okay? Depends, like if you're a religious person or not. But you know what, Sarah, you go, girl. You go, girl. You make out with two guys at once. I hope I'm not one of those two guys, though. I'm more exclusive that way. Like, I want to be the male version of Sarah, though, making out with two chicks. But anyway, moving forward. Jack and Will are classmates. Will's father is a lawyer. When he picks up Will from school, he refuses to say hi to Jack's father because he is only a janitor. Oh, come on, man. That's fucked up. Um, okay, so I guess we shouldn't just judge it from a legal point of view. That now I'm starting to see the error of my ways answering the first question. So morally speaking, all right, he is a twat, and I think people have the right to be twats. So yeah, you know what? Like, no, that's perfectly okay. I don't see the immorality in it. But again, like he's an asshole. I'm not like that. I do say hi to the janitors. Moving forward. Julie asks her friend not to fraternize with her ex-boyfriend Jake since he cheated on her with other women. 3 weeks later, Julie's friend Melissa is dating him. Wait, what? So Julie's friend... Oh no, I'm trying to hype up for the audience that I wasn't paying attention. So Julie asked her friends not to fraternize with her ex-boyfriend Jake. Since he cheated on her with other women, 3 weeks later, Julie's friend Melissa is dating him. Yeah, it's perfectly okay. I don't think like Julie should have like the power to dictate to other people who they can and can't fuck. But again, like she has the option of unfriending Melissa. It's up to her. The head of a public department says that one of her employees are allowed to smoke at all, not even in their free time. Definitely not okay. If it's the free time, it's the free time. Emma and Cindy are summer interns at Chris's office. Emma does slightly better than Cindy. At the end of the summer, there's only one job opening, but Chris gives it to Cindy because he finds her more attractive. I'm sorry to say this, but the tits are always right. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Just instead of spending time studying, maybe you should find a surgeon, if you know what I mean. A pair of parents read about, and by the way, it's his company. Like if he's going to hire based on tits, he's going to get tits. But when the stocks are going low and when the profits aren't coming in, well, better hope those boobies are paying up. A pair of parents read about the exotic delicacies of Africa and the Far East. In the coming week, they serve dog meat to their children. Perfectly okay, I'm not going to judge. If the kid happens to like it, good for you. Fido might be healthy. I bet I pissed off a lot of people. Like, a lot of morally righteous people like, V, how can you say this? And you kind of notice that I'm a, like, live and let live kind of guy. Like, I don't fucking care what you do as long as it doesn't affect me and my family. It's like, whatever. You probably are abhorred by what I'm saying, but you'd probably also want a lot more people like me in your society. Because the thing is, if you have a lot of moral busybodies and they're not on your team, oof. Adam and Beth have been dating for 3 years. Adam is reluctant to have children, so Beth tells him that she's on the pill when she isn't. God damn it, what an abhorrent woman. Again, like I'm picturing, it's like, imagine if you date this type of lady. You know, this is why you should always use the condom. You know, like you're the one who purchases the condom, you keep them in your pocket, and you're using them, and that's the best birth control you can get. And make sure you throw it away as well, like some women might. So don't throw it in the trash bin. In sex education class, the students are asked to inflate a condom with their mouth. The fuck is this degeneracy? Ew. You know, even I'm a live and let live kind of guy, but I do have my limits. Well, never mind. Like sex education class. Okay, so hold on. How old are these kids? I mean, I generally don't see the purpose of it, but you know what? Like if they're over 18, fine. You know, but if they're under 18, I would be not okay. This question is a little bit ambiguous. When Kelly asked Stephen out on the date, he sneers and said, like, I'm going to date a woman who looks like an overweight bulldog. I really appreciate the feedback from Stephen here. I wish women were this blunt. You kind of understand what the problem is. You kind of understand what you need to be working on. While his words might not be minced, while he doesn't sugar his words, they definitely ring true. And with the help of Stephen, Kelly has some valid feedback that she can take into consideration. Some men have a private all-male club, and feminists take them to court demanding that they open it up to women. See, I think it's okay. Like, everyone can sue people over anything, but I don't think they should win. You know, I think they should be able to take them to court, but I don't think the judge should ever rule in their favor. And at the same time, I don't think that, for example, men shouldn't sue female-only clubs. Because if that's how we play, all right, if you want mixed gender everywhere, that's fine. You invade our spaces, we invade yours. But the right to just sue someone over anything, you know, there's a saying in America, you can sue a bologna sandwich if you want. So, yeah, they do have a right to sue. But, you know, like, hold on. I'll assume that this question refers to the fact that they're going to win. So, if they're going to win, no, I don't think it's okay. I think men need men-only spaces and women need women-only spaces. Just like women, for example, feel the need to go on a girls' night out. Why is it a girls' night out? And it's not like girls and boys' night out. It's because sometimes women like to socialize with other women. Sarah dog has 4 puppies. She can find a home for 2 of them, so she kills the other 2 with a stone to the head. There's actually these type of deranged animals that think that if a puppy or a kitten doesn't have a home, then they deserve death. Like, death is the sentence. And no, it's completely not okay, right, Sarah? You are a sick psychopath. What I think you need to do is raise the puppies a little bit until they can fend for themselves, and then you let them out on the street. And if you can't do that, you legitimately can't do that, you let the mother and the puppies out on the street, because the urban city is the natural habitat of the dog, and, you know, depends where you are. Like, in my country, you can do that. I guess if there's a dog catcher there. But no, this is animal cruelty. Like, if you really want to put them down, use the syringe like normal people, like the Nazis used to do. Put them to death with the syringe, the euthanasia. When Lily tells her classmate Sue that it's her dream to be prom queen, she laughs out loud and says, "You're too ugly for that." Again, I always value the positive feedback. In a biology class, a human hand preserved in a jar is passed around among the students. As a medical practitioner, I had this shit happen. Perfectly okay. Avance set up an unlicensed medical practice, but makes all of his customers sign a contract acknowledging that he is not a licensed physician. See, the problem with this is just because you sign a contract doesn't mean you can break the law. For example, I can't sign a contract that I want to kill you and you agree, and, you know, like, then I get like, stabby. It's the same thing. Like, there was this guy called Dr. Death, and Dr. Death had like this euthanasia thing, and he would go to person and they would sign a contract that they want to be euthanized, and Dr. Death would do that. Yeah, totally not okay. So no, get a fucking license. The principal of a school says that none of her students are allowed to draw Muhammad on the school premise or to bring Muhammad's cartoons to school. Totally not okay. Freedom of expression and freedom. This is what really annoys me with this cultural imperialism, right? Like when you look at Muslims wearing the hijab, it's like, well, it's freedom of expression. They have the right to dress however they want. Okay, but with the same freedom of expression, the same principle, if someone wants to draw Muhammad, they have the right to draw Muhammad. But no, apparently. Next. Dan turns up the TV as his father is talking about his military service. It's totally okay. I mean, look, if the son is wanting to be a twat, he can be a twat. Like, it doesn't have to really listen to the father's military service. Like, you know, like, the father needs to find a different way to approach his son to talk about the subject. But I'm not from a warlike culture like America, so I don't know. Like, here we don't respect veterans so much. Like, honestly, I'm looking at Americans. My God, like, you guys respect your soldiers so very much. Like, and it's a good thing, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a completely good thing. The idea, like, thank you for your service doesn't exist in any other nation than America. Hannah inherited an old flag of her country from her father, but has never used it. One day, when Hannah is cleaning the house, she discovered that she is out of rags, so she uses the flag as a rag to clean her house. And, like, being a twat is not bad. My God, like, I'm realizing I really need to judge people more. I need to judge people more. Amy and Mia are co-workers. One day, Amy offers Mia to take one of her shifts. No strings attached. Sometime later, Amy could really use someone to fill in for her, but Mia doesn't feel compelled because Amy's original offer had no strings attached. Yeah, you know, I really hate these people that say like, oh, no strings attached, and then you expect them to do something for them. Right? No. John's soccer coach decides that everyone on the team must wear black soccer shoes, but on the day of the match, John turns up with white soccer shoes instead. Oh my God, John is such a fucking asshole. But again, I don't care. You know what? No, actually, it would probably piss me off if I was in the team, but I'm not in the team. I don't play soccer. So you know what? You guys suffer. Tim asks his father for permission to stay out late because his classmates are throwing a party. When his father refuses, Tim slams the door in his face. Yeah, totally okay. I mean, the dad was definitely asking for it. You know, I'm not into rape culture, but you know, part of rape culture is victim blaming. But in this case, he was asking for it. It's just being a teenager. You know, usually like the hormones do the thinking at that age. Scott is hosting a dinner party. For dessert, he serves chocolate cake shaped like dog poop. You know, like I need to draw a line at blatant degeneracy. Just seriously. Okay, yeah, this is just, you know, the postmodernist way of art just disgusts me. Disgusts me. This is my morality, so I get to inflict my subjectivism on you. In sex ed class, the students are taught that since the sexes are equal, the girls should sleep with as many guys as they want without fear of being considered sluts. No, not really, because guys can't get pregnant, so... A new action figure becomes all the rage amongst the boys in Timmy's class. When Timmy's parents get to the store, they buy all of the action figures for Timmy, leaving none for the other children. Yeah, it's called capitalism. Everyone else get fucked. Brian does not cooperate with law enforcement. Whenever he is pulled over, he refuses to answer the question and starts bickering to the officer about his rights. Really not okay, because Brian can get shot. It's like, look, cooperate with the cop, and after you finish the cooperation, after you answer every question, then you can sue the cop if you feel that some of your laws have been violated. Never ever just bicker with the police on the street. Every single time I see a person being shot by the cops in the United States, 99% of the time they were resisting, or, you know, they were doing aggressive hand gestures, like trying to reach for something that might be considered a gun. Okay, don't do that. A group of parents concerned about their children's risk of obesity demand that the local store stop selling XL. No, get fucked. Capitalism. Teach your kids not to drink the chocolate. Don't teach the shops not to sell the chocolate. Because there are other people who aren't fat and they want to have chocolate like myself. And I don't want to go to the shops like, can I buy this? No, you can't. Why? Because there's fat kids around. Like, fuck off. Bob and Pam are siblings. Bob is given $10 by their father and is told to distribute it between them as he likes. Bob gives $1 to Pam and pockets the $9 to himself. Totally okay, because the dad is an idiot. Like, that's not how you just know. While on a live on air TV show, a man kills a baby rabbit with a knife. Oh, depends. You know, like, I don't understand. A lot of people keep talking about bunnies as if they're not food. Like, people raise rabbits, at least in my country, for meat. Rabbit is really good, like rabbit stew. Oh my god. But for some reason in America, it's like, oh my god, they killed a bunny. But they never go like, oh my god, they killed the chicken. But yeah, like if it's just a live on-air TV show, no, not okay. But I'm just mentioning the fact of the double standard, right? Like bunnies are still food. When Carl's soccer team is squaring off against the team of another nation, he sings along to the other team's national anthem instead of his own. Oh my god, betrayer of light, you are past redemption. Jane's boss calls all of his employees by the first names, but does not allow any of them to call him by his first name. When Jane insists that it must be a two-way street, he fires her. Yeah, well, he's the boss, he makes the rules. I'm sorry, Jane. When a homeless man asks Matt for spare change, Matt keeps on walking and says, "Don't talk to me, loser." Again, being an asshole is perfectly fine, but Jesus, man. Fuck me, man. There's going to be repercussions for this. Using both the condom and the pill, a brother and a sister decide that they will... No, fuck off, no. You're normalizing it, right? That's the issue. That is literally the issue. It starts to become normalized, and then you're just going to have people trying to push it a little bit forward. No, not a step. Not one step forward. That's my idea. Tom and Linda have been dating for almost a year since they've never agreed to be exclusive. Tom sleeps with other women without telling Linda. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, who doesn't? You know, like if the exclusivity hasn't been agreed upon. Tina promises her dying mother that she'll visit her grave once a month. After the mother passes away, Tina finds... yeah, okay, fine. An army lieutenant neglects to file a report on a civilian killing done by his troops because he knows it was an accident. No. Meh. A Christian bakery refuses to custom decorate a cake with chocolate letters that would carry a pro-gay message. Yeah, it's okay because it's freedom of expression and you can't compel people to do shit. Okay, now if the cake is in the window, and by the way, this is like how the Americans decided, if the cake is in the window and a gay person wants to buy the cake from the window, yeah, you, like not selling them the cake, that is discrimination and you can get a lawsuit. But if the gay person wants you to write something on the cake that you disagree with, then I'm sorry. You know, like imagine going to a Muslim baker and asking him to draw a picture of Muhammad on the cake. Right? It's the same principle. It is literally the same principle. Of course he's going to say no. And you can go, oh, so you're discriminating to me because I'm a Christian. Meh. Doesn't work. All right, let's see what I got. Liberty. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's bring it here. So 39% care, 17% loyalty, 83% liberty. Mwah. What is authority? Hold on. Okay, so care. This foundation pertains to mammalian need to care for our young and to form bonds of attachment to others. It underlines the virtue of kindness and nurture and blah blah blah. And I got like 40%. I guess I should strive to be better, you know. Authority. This foundation was shaped by humanity's long history of bonding together in hierarchical social interaction. It underlines the virtues of respect for tradition and deference to legitimate authority. It is tied to emotions such as fear, respect, and awe. Conservatives typically score higher on this dimension than the left. Liberty, 83%. Wow. Let's see. This foundation is related to the individual's need to be his own master and to avoid dominant social mores imposed by the group. Yeah, like this is what I agree. Like I agree that I should follow the laws and there should be authority. I just don't think that a random twat has the ability to tell me what to do. And the thing is, like, the law is derived from actual authority, like people vote for the people in power that make the laws. But then you can have like some random twat that says, oh, I speak on behalf of the women. And if you disagree with me, you disagree with women. Like, no, fuck off. Just fuck off. It is tied to emotions such as self-sufficiency and defiance. Libertarians typically scored the highest on this dimension. Conservatives the second highest and left liberals the lowest. Purity. Foundation portrays to our species need to avoid disease and parasites. It underlines as the phenomenon of cultural taboo. Conservatives typically score higher. Well, I guess I'm broken on this aspect. Fairness. Let's see, fairness. Where is fairness? This foundation pertains to our ability to maintain cooperative and mutually beneficial relationship. It underlines the virtue of honesty, justice, and dependability. Look, like if she's not exclusive, okay, if she doesn't say she's exclusive, then she's not exclusive. Why are you bothering me with this? And then we have loyalty. This foundation is derived from our species' long history of living in tribes and clans. It underlines the virtue of patriotism, bravery, self-sacrifice, behalf of the group. Oh, I messed up with the military question and the flag and all, huh? It's just the flag. Like if the woman needs something to wipe the dust away, maybe it's because I live in a country where it doesn't really inspire me that much loyalty. If I would have lived in the good old US of A, I'd probably be a lot more loyal. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you score.